let's talk about this. Before we do, I have some reheated McDonald's chicken nuggets and French fries that my kids didn't eat from the other night. I reheated them in the air fryer. Dipping those in some GU's sugar-free barbecue sauce. Alright. I guess we should talk about what happened. The Chiefs, they got worked over, man. They got beat in almost every facet of the game. But where they really did their work was their defense. Absolutely going to work against the Chiefs' offensive line. They got something like pressure 52% of the time on dropbacks without blitzing one time. They did not blitz one time, and they got pressure on 52% of the dropbacks. What? That's ridiculous. That's, man. You had Joe Tooney absolutely mismatched, playing out of position. Jawan Taylor had the worst game of his career in a season where he's having the worst year of his career. You're down, 24-0 at halftime, and you don't even try to make any adjustments. Like, why not put in DJ Humphries? I mean, like, what could it have possibly hurt at that time? Move Tooney back over to his position, and then maybe you give yourself just a little chance to try some sort of spark. But you don't even try. You don't make any adjustments whatsoever. And anytime we tried to blitz, they picked it up pretty good. I mean, we got a couple good ones in there. But for the most part, you know, they were able to stop the blitzes. I got notes down here because I have talking points. Like, there was things I wanted to address that if I didn't write down, I knew I would forget. Let's see. Patrick Mahomes went for 21 for 27, 3 TDs, 2 interceptions. He also rushed for 25 yards. One of those interceptions was a pick 6. And 2 of those 3 TDs came in garbage time, which is unfortunate because that 65-yard TD bomb to Worthy was probably one of the best throws of his entire career. That's crazy. I think most of Mahomes' stats came in garbage time. Philly might have even had their second string in by that point. I mean, it's 40 to, what was it, 21? Something like that. But he didn't have time. He didn't have time to do anything, man. And when he did have time, I think he was just too razzled. I don't actually even really know what the Eagles' game plan was. Because it didn't feel like they needed one. Because if their game plan was just overmatch our offensive line, they did it. Xavier Worthy had 157 yards, 2 TDs. He's going to be special. I think Xavier Worthy has the potential to be a legit number 1 wide receiver. My only issue with him is just like a gust of wind can knock him down. I don't know. Mahomes' other TD goes to DeAndre Hopkins, so he gets his first ever Super Bowl TD. Too bad, for the most part, he played like ass. He had a really bad drop. I really do feel like even with as bad as the O-line played, we still gave ourselves a few opportunities to get back into the game. And we shot ourselves in the foot every opportunity we got until it was already too late. I think Mahomes' 25 rushing yards led the Chiefs in rushing. They didn't even try to establish the running game. Truly bizarre. I'm so confused on what the Chiefs' game plan was. I really am. I'm still frustrated and razzled, as you can tell. Jalen Hurts, 17 for 22, 221 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. In hindsight, that interception meant nothing. You intercepted it on the 2-yard line. You probably should have just knocked the ball down, forced them to punt the ball, maybe got better field position. Hindsight's 2020, and who doesn't want to get an interception in the Super Bowl? I get it. Here's the kicker of the entire game. Something nobody expected. I did. I said this was possible, but nobody expected it. Saquon Barkley, 25 rushing attempts. Only rushes for 57 yards. The Chiefs were able to stop him every single time. He averaged like 2.3 yards a carry, something like that. But everybody said if the Chiefs stop Saquon, then they win the game easy. I said the same thing. Boy, was I wrong. I guess I grossly underestimated how fragile our offensive line was. I'm not sky, but there were a lot of questionable calls in this game that certainly went against the Chiefs. I don't think that had any bearing on why we lost the game. It just kind of felt like it might have been a point of emphasis to not come off like the Chiefs are being favored by the referees. And I think that could have hurt us in a couple situations. Again, not the reason why I think we lost that game. Now the question is, can the Chiefs fix it? Last time they lost in the Super Bowl to the Buccaneers, it was because our O-line was dreadful. Brett Veach went out there, fixed the O-line. We came back and we won 2 Super Bowls, or 2 more Super Bowls. So I think they can. The problem is we have a lot of free agents coming up, and I think Trey Smith is going to walk, and that's a big hit to our offensive line. So how are they going to be able to fix it? Does Joe Tooney retire, so are you going to lose Joe Tooney? Now you have to figure out that. Travis Kelce might retire. This is going to be a big offseason, and it's really going to show if this team is capable of bouncing back, because I don't think they're going to have to bounce. I don't think they've ever had to bounce back the way they're having to right now. Again, because I think this offseason is going to be huge. It's going to be interesting to see who we re-sign. If we sign any free agents, do you explore a trade? I'm not saying they'll do this. I think the overwhelming likelihood is that they won't do this. But do you explore a trade with Rashee Rice? And the haul you get back for him could be a lot. And if you think Worthy is a true wide receiver number 1, you can probably find a wide receiver number 2 in the draft, especially with the capital you get back for Rice. I doubt they do it. I'm not even saying I want them to do it, but I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibilities that it could happen. Overall, congratulations to the Eagles. I've got a couple of really good friends that are Eagles fans, so I'm happy for them. This will be the ultimate test, though, to see what kind of quarterback Patrick Mahomes really is. It's not too late to still have him in the conversation as the GOAT, but Tom Brady is, I think, clearly still number 1. We'll see how the rest of his career goes. Alright guys, that's really all I got for you today. I was just ready to talk about it, and if you guys stuck around for the whole video, I really appreciate it. If you liked it, could you consider giving me a subscribe? Trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. I think that'd be a really cool thing. I've said it before, I never even thought I'd get 1,000 subs. So if we can get to 2,000, that would be amazing. If you guys want to support me, I'll leave my tip jars down below. No pressure. You don't have to if you don't want to. But if you could like it, if you could subscribe, if you could give me a comment, let me know what you guys thought of the Super Bowl. Did you think it was going to end up the way it did? Did you have the Eagles winning? Did you think the Chiefs were going to win? Like me? Let me know in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next video.